వినిపిస్తుందమ్మా?
వినిపిస్తుంది మేడం.
Seen about structure of a C program and what are the some of the rules to follow about writing of a C program. So now we will see about the input output instructions, that is, so the output statement in the C program is printf statement. So why we are using this printf function? So which is used to write information on the standard output device. So as nothing but generally we'll consider our standard output device as monitor or screen. So to print something from the program to the output device, we will use the printf function. And how to write this printf function? For everything there is a rules and regulations and the syntax. We call it as like a syntax. So what is the syntax for printf statement? Printf open parenthesis and format string followed by comma and list of arguments. So these are the two parameters to the printf function. So in this one, the format string contains the following things. First one, in format string place, we can have characters that are simply printed on the screen. For example, printf within the double quotes hello. So within the double quotes, whatever the text we had given, that text will be displayed on the monitor or screen. So that is characters that are simply printed on the screen that might be presented in place of format string. At that time, the list of arguments are the optional one. When we are giving only characters to print on the screen, a list of arguments will be the optional one. And the second one, in the place of format string, we can give the specifications. So the specifications that begin with a percentage symbol and define the output format for display of each item. So if you want display one item, for example, if you want to display the number, then what type of sign I have to use for after percentage symbol? So what you have to give? If suppose after percentage d, after percentage if you are given, so then it is treats the integer value you are giving as the uh, output format for the display of the item. And if you are given s, it will treats as the string value. If you are giving percentage f, it will treats the floating value. So it is format specifier which will specify what format means, what type of data you are going to use. That will be specified by using format specifier. So that in the format string place, either you can give simply string or you can specify the format specifier, or else we can go with the escape sequences also. Printf, after that printf double quotes hello slash n slash t, like this we can go with the sequence character, escape sequence character also. So these the three things we can place in place of this format string. And then if you had given some format string, how many number of format strings there will be? There should be that many number of arguments should be presented in place of this list of arguments. And what happens if you are giving format strings, format specifiers, some two format specifiers you had given, and the list of arguments maybe you are giving less or more rather than this format string? Then what happens? If you are passing two format specifiers but you are passing only single parameter, then so it doesn't give any compilation error, but you will get the only one value. So we should take care of it. Here we had two percentage format specifiers. After percentage d represents the integer value, so this excess will takes the input output of number value. So after percentage, depending upon the character, it will decide whether it is a integer value or whether it is a float value or whether it is a string value or whether it is a character value, like that. Here we had passed the two format specifier and we passed only one argument. it will print only one value. It won't give any compilation error. If suppose too few conversation specifications, if you had passed this one format specifier, but you pass the two arguments, then also it doesn't give any error, but it should also we have to take care. So compiler does not check for the conversation specifications. We can give less or more, but we'll get the output. We won't get any compilation error. We won't get the perfect output. So that's why we have to take care of giving of the number of parameters and number of format specifier specifications. So this about the printf statement. We'll see this printf statement usage with an example. The next one is the scanf function. So the real core of a technical program is its ability to interact with the user. So if for example you're writing a C program for addition of two numbers, you are giving the input statically, which means you have taken two variables, a is equal to 10, b is equal to 20, and you are performing a plus b. If number of times, how many number of times you execute it also, you'll get 30 only answer. Because a value, here you passed a value as statically and b value is also statically you pass. So you won't get any changes. And also, so the power of technical C program is its ability to interact with the user. So it has to take the input from the user. So then only the output will dynamically changes. So to do that one, we had a built-in function called scanf. To read the values or to get the values from the user, we had a statement called scanf. So the scanf function is a built-in C function that allows a programmer to get the user input from the keyboard. So what is the syntax of this scanf? Scanf followed by format string and comma followed by comma and ampersand list of arguments. Whereas in printf statement there will be no ampersand symbol after format string, but whereas in scanf statement after format string there should be a comma and then followed by the ampersand for every argument. How many number of arguments you are passing? All the arguments should have ampersand in front of that one. See here example scanf percentage d comma ampersand a, scanf percentage d percentage p percentage f. So every argument has ampersand symbol. So ampersand a, ampersand b, ampersand c. It represents the address. So it's about the scanf statement and printf statements. Now we'll see one previous example in the GATE 2019 and we'll expect the output. So if condition true, then it will execute this set of statements. If not, it will execute this set of statements. And nested if else statements. If condition, then if it is true, it will execute statements one. Else, if the condition is failed, if the condition is false, then it will execute the else if block. If the else if statement, if the condition is true, then it will execute these statements too. If it is failed, it will execute the last statements 3. Compulsory else if statements and must be ended with the else statement. And same like nested if else, we had switch statement for multiple selection. The switch statement is an extension of the if else statement. The switch statement makes one selection when there are several choices to be made. The syntax for this one is switch followed by the variable open curly brace and case space constants and followed by colon and the set of statements what we need to execute here. So likewise up to n cases and followed by the default statement and closed curly brace. For this switch, we'll see one example. What will be the output for this program? What is the output for this? What is the output for the following program? Can anyone tell the answer? So character variable in char equal to within a single quote a character constant a will be assigned to the in char variable and we are passing that one to the switch function as parameter. So switch of a in after case a we have printf statement, after case b we have one more printf statement, case c d e we don't have any statement and followed by the default statement. So what is the output? Can anyone tell the output? No choice will be the output, or choice A will be the output, or choice A, choice B, no choice will be the output, or program gives no output as it is erroneous. So what is the output for this one? So the output will be the C. So because after case statement, there should be a break statement. But case A is not consisting of any break statement. Case B is not consisting of any break statement. C, D, E cases also do not consisting of any break statement. So that's why if this case is true, it will print choice A. After that, it will execute this escape sequence /n, which means it will go cursor will goes to the new line. After that, if it is break here, then it won't print. It will start printing of the output. It will print only choice A if there is a break statement after this printf statement. So then we'll get the output choice A. But there is no such break statement. So it will keep on executes all the statements. So it will outputs choice B. After slash n, we have it will goes the cursor to the new line, so it will print choice B. After that, it will print the no choice. Here there is no escape sequence presented, so it will print in the same line. So that is the output. So C will be the output. So it is 2019 gate question. So that's about the control structures, conditional structures. So now we will see the loop structures. If you want execute in a program a part of the program, a portion of a program, that it has to be executed repeatedly. So then we will use the iterative statements. So what are the different iterative statements presented in the C language are for loops, while loops, and do while loops. So the for loop is used to repeat the execution of statement for some fixed number of times. So the syntax for that for loop is, so the syntax is here for followed by open parenthesis and followed by initialization and semicolon, then condition semicolon, then followed by increment or decrement and closed parenthesis. While we are telling about increment or decrement operator, there itself we had noted down a point that this increment and decrement operator will be used in the loops. So see here we are using increment or decrement here and closed parenthesis and followed by the set of statements. So there might be a single statement or compound statements. What is this initialization? In this one, first one, after for is a keyword. After that, we had initialization part. So what it is? It should be. It might be initialization expression. So usually, what we'll do? Usually, an assignment to the loop control variable. To control that variable, whatever the variable we are considering, that variable will be initialized here. So that is initialization part. So this will be performed once before the loop actually begins its execution. And the next one is condition. So it is the test expression. So which is evaluated first, and then depending upon the conditions output, the loop will be iterated. So whether the loop has to be continued, it execution, or it has to stop will be decided by this condition expression. So it is the test expression. And the next one is the increment or decrement one. So it is the modifier of the expression, so which changes the value of the loop control variable, and this expression is executed at end of each loop. So first initialization will be done, then condition will done, that is the test of expression will be done. After that, it increment or decrementation operation will be executed. Simple example for this for loop. So hash includes preprocessor directives followed by main function and open curly brace, and within the open and closed curly braces we have set of statements that needs to be get executed. So int I clear screen for I equal to 1. So this is initialization part. So this is the I is the loop control variable. So we need to first initialize that variable. So we initialized that variable with 1, and then the next one is the condition test expression, that is I less than or equal to 10, and then followed by the increment or decrementation. So here we'll test this condition expression. So I equal to 1. So now I value is 1. 1 less than or equal to 10. Yes, condition is true. So it will get executes the statement printf percentage d comma I. So I value is 1. So it will displace I value as 1. And then next, the last one will be the incrementation or decrementation part. Now the incrementation will be done, so the I will become 2, and then condition will check 2 less than or equal to 10. The condition is true, so it will goes and prints the I value. So keep on like this up to 10. 10 less than or equal to 10, condition true, it will print the I value. Then I will be incremented, so now it will become 11. So 11 less than or equal to 10, condition failed, so it will comes out of the loop. So 1 to 10 values will be printed like this. The iterative statement 4 will get executed. And the next one is the while loop. The while loop is best suited for repeated statement or set of statements as long as some condition is satisfied. Same as like for loop. Up to some condition is satisfied, it will get execute the while loop. So here the syntax of the while loop is initial expression while, while is a keyword, so followed by conditional expression, then followed by open curly brace and closed curly brace. Within that open and closed curly brace itself, we need to give the increment or decrement operation. In for loop, we'll have all the initialization, test condition, and increment decrementation operations all will come in a single statement. Whereas in this while, we'll have within the while we have only conditional expression. So the initial value and the incrementation and decrementation has to be given separately. So if you forget to give the initial value or incrementation or decrementation, then the loop will goes into the infinite loop. See here some example. While I initialization is done before this while loop, so I less than or equal to 3, yes, I value is 1, so 1 less than or equal to 3, condition 2, it is in C program. After that, we had the incrementation of the variable I, so I plus plus, so that equal to I plus 1, so it will become now 2, 2 less than or equal to 3, if the condition is true, now it will execute C program again, then it will become 3, 3 less than or equal to 3, condition true, it will print C program third time. So likewise, the while will get executed. And the do while, the structure of do while is similar to the while loop. The difference is in the case of do while loop, the expression is evaluated after the body of loop is executed. In case of while loop, the expression is evaluated before executing the body of the loop. Here, here condition first, it will take first test condition. If it is true, then only it will goes into the set of statements. Whereas in do while, so first do will execute all these statements, then we have a while statement followed by the condition. So that's why the difference is that in case of do while, the expression is evaluated after the body loop is executed. In case of while loop, the expression is evaluated before executing body of a loop. So this is about the iterative statements. Then arrays. An array is a collection of same data type. The elements of an array are referred by a common name and which are differentiate from one another by their position within an array, that is called index or subscript. The elements of an array can be of any data type, but all elements in an array must be of the same type. So an array is a collection of same data type. If you want to store some 10 numbers, if you want to store the result, the marks of the students, so like in that situation, we'll use the arrays. So syntax of the array is type array name. Here the type represents the data type and array name. So we can give any name that satisfies the conditions and rules of the identifier, followed by open square brace and closed square brace. In that one, the size. So how many number of values we have to store under this array, we have to specify. The type is a valid data type, array name is the name of the array, and the size is the number of elements that array name contains. So here int is the type of the array, the type it will store integer values, which means, and a is the array name, and 100 is the size of an array. So the individual elements of an array can be referenced by means of a subscript or index. Suppose A is an array of 20 elements, so that we can refer each element as A of 0, A of 1, A of 2, and so on like that. So in this subscript starts from the 0, that, that is, if you declare an array size n, then we can refer the elements from 0 to n minus 1 elements. So there are three types of arrays: single dimensional arrays, double dimensional arrays, and multi-dimensional arrays. Single dimensional array and example. Is there any doubt till now?
అదే మిగిలేదు ఏం మిగిలేదంటే కేక్ రెడీ చేస్తాను వాళ్ళు కొట్టారా ఏదన్నా
Sorry, what is the output for this program? So I highlighted the program. What is the output for this program? So we had a jumble function and main function. The execution will start from main function. So here we have x value 2 and y value 5. So we will pass y comma x, which means 5 comma 2. Now we are calling a jumble function. So jumble of 5 comma 2 will be passed as parameters. Now here x value is not 2. Here whatever the value is sent for y, that will be assigned to first parameter. So here whatever the y value, that will be assigned to x. Same in the manner, what will be the second value we are passing, that will be the second value for the second parameter. So if it is y, so it will be the first one x, so the 2 will be the first, then we have y, so it will be the 5. It should not be like that. So now the x value is 5 and the y value is 2. So replace the values with the x and y. 5, 2 into 5 plus 2. So now 2 into 5, 10 plus 2, 12. X value will be the 12, so it will return 12. So now y is equal to 12 will be stored. Then jumble of y comma x. Now what is the y value? 12. So 12 will be passed and x value still it is 2. It is not changed anywhere. Only y value is changed. So uh, y value is 12 and x value is 2. So it will be passed. So now 2 into 12 plus 2. So it have 2 into 12, 24 plus 2, 26. So the output will be the 26. Likewise, it will get executes. Is it clear? Okay, ma. Thank you, everyone.